Welcome to the Soulful Badass podcast. This is for all you souls who are ready to listen to your intuition and live life on your terms. I'm Rachel Jackson. I'm a mindset coach and intuitive mentor, and I'm here to guide you to live the most fulfilled, authentic, and abundant life that you were born for. Now let's dive in each week and have some amazing conversations, and let's light that soul on fire. Hi everyone, welcome to this week's podcast episode. This week, as we have the Lionsgate portal and it peaked yesterday, the 8th of the 8th, we were going to be talking about money and abundance and financial abundance and being rich as hell. So what I want to talk to you about is this concept that's been coming up for me and has been allowing me to think through around, we do not have any money blocks. None at all. And let me tell you, I know there is so many coaches out there and so many people will be like, I'm working through my money blocks. I'm working through my money limitations, all them things. And I want to say to you right now, let's get that out there. You do not have any money blocks. Because I bet at some point in your life, if not now, you have made money. You have been given money. You have been given gifts. There has been money given to you in some way, shape, or form throughout your life. So one, it is not blocked. There is no block because the universe is so literal. So when we say blocked, that means nothing's getting through. There's nothing moving through a block. Okay. So let's just clear that word out of our vocabulary. Let's get it gone. You do not have any money blocks. What you might have is a moment in time where you are not receiving as much as you would like. So that's probably what's happening right now. You would actually like to receive more money, more abundance in your life than what you are currently allowing in. Am I right? Is that what's happening? It probably is. So let's talk about why that could be happening. And the main reason why that is happening is because you are looking at your money situation from your current money situation. So you are often looking at your money situation from a poor mentality, a lack mentality, a mentality that doesn't have as much as you would like. So you are looking at your finances from this place. Whether you're a glass half full type of person or you're glass half empty, you're probably looking at your money, and those positive people out there will hate to hear this, but you are probably looking at your finances, your business, your abundance, your wealth from a glass half empty type of vibration rather than a glass half full. So we can change that. That's the best thing, because remember, you have no blocks. There is no blocks. So there is nothing that you have to shift or move out the way. You just need to reframe some things. And if you imagine, there's money flowing all the time. It's like a river flowing. You are never, ever going to stop it from piling up rocks in the middle of it. What you're going to do is allow the water to disperse in another way. So it is going to flow around the pebbles that you might have created, the rocks that you might have put there, but it never blocks it from flowing. It never stops it from flowing. It diverts the flow. So currently, you might be diverting the flow of abundance that is due for you, that is meant for you, that you are here to have, but you might be diverting it slightly to a different avenue. Other people, there might be things at play that aren't really happening the way that you would like it to, but it doesn't mean that you can't change that and move those pebbles out the way to integrate the water into the channel that you want it to flow down. And that's the thing, you can actually change this and turn this around so that you open up your channel of abundance so it flows directly to you, fast, rapid, and hits you like a big bang, like you have always been waiting for, and actually gives you that moment of, now I am receiving the amount of abundance that I want to receive, because that's the difference. You are not blocked. There is no limitation. You are just currently not receiving the amount that you would like to receive. And that doesn't mean that you have to dampen your want. It doesn't mean you have to say you want less or you should want less. What it means is there's just a bit of reconfiguration to do around your mindset so that you can allow in more. And we'll talk about that over the next few weeks. So we start to allow more abundance in, whether that's in your business, whether that's just in your life, it'll all be relevant because it's all about allowing and opening you up to receiving. So we'll be diving more into that. So today I want to talk to you about your beliefs, because like I've said, you are probably looking at your money from a glass half empty point of view. Now, the difference between you and an unbelievably rich person is they are looking at it from a glass is not half full, it's not half empty, it's overflowing. It is literally, it can't contain all of the money, all of the wealth, all of the abundance that is there. It's overflowing. It's not just enough. It's not half empty. It's not half full. It is overflow. So that's where we have to start to think from. What would overflow look like for you? What would it be like to actually have more than you could possibly want, need, or desire? What would that look like? What would that level of wealth feel like? What would that level of rich feel like to you? And start to get into this idea of overflow. What we tend to do from our lack mentality is think of things from a place of just enough. So we look at our bills and we think, right, we've got, enough to cover this amount that will pay all our bills. That will mean that we are secure. We look at things from a point of view of security rather than a point of view of desire. So when you're thinking from that rich place, from that overflow, you're actually thinking from a place of desire. You're not focusing on paying the bills because you know that's going to happen regardless. What you're focusing on is how much fun you can have with the money, what you want it to do for you, the investments you want it to make, how it's going to expand your business, how you're going to be able to give to charity, how much you're going to give to charity, the impact that will make on other people's lives. All these things are what are going through a rich person's mind versus yourself that might be at the moment where it's thinking from, how do I pay my bills every month? Or how do I make sure I pay my bills every month? And you might be paying your bills and you might have paid them for 20 years and you might still be thinking, how do I pay my bills every month? Or I just need to make sure these are paid every month. When actually you've been paying them and it's like, why? Why are you still focused on that? Like that takes care, that's ticking away, that's there nicely. Move your attention from there to overflow, to the more, to the allowing more in, to opening up that channel of flow. And that's where you start to create more. So there's a couple of things that a rich, successful person actually will believe that potentially you might not be feeling at the moment. And these couple of shifts are going to make a huge, huge difference. So I want to share them with you. The first thing, when you feel abundant, when you feel wealthy, when you have money, what tends to change is you feel like everything is free. Now, don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that everything is free. It doesn't mean that suddenly everything is just given to you on a silver platter, but sometimes it is. But what it actually means is you feel like everything is free. So when you currently go to the supermarket, when you go to the shops, when you go to buy yourself something, you might be there looking at the price tag. You might be there adding things up. You might be at the till like, oh my God, what is this going to cost? That energy is feeling like things are expensive. It is pouring that energy into that as if I need to watch the money I'm spending. I need to be aware of this money. Whereas when you are at that point of wealth and abundance, you hand over your card and you do not look at the price tag. You do not worry about the cost. You don't worry about what it says on it, because you hand it over, you know the money's there. But that doesn't come from a mentality of, well, they've got it. What that comes from is them knowing. So you can start to change this now. When you hand over your card at a till, what you can start to do is feel that energy of, it doesn't matter. The price doesn't matter. You don't look at things and go, oh my God, inflation has gone up, this has gone up. You stop them thoughts in their tracks. You literally start to let your money flow, because that's the thing. It's got to start flowing. It's got to be that energy of give and take, because it's never actually about the money and the amount of money that you have. It's around the thoughts and the mentality and the energy that you are applying to it. So you might only have £20 in your bank, but you're going to spend 10. If you think, oh my God, that's only going to leave me with £10, then, you're in that mindset of, I'm in lack. Whereas if you're going to buy something for £10 and you've got £20 in your bank and you're just handing it over like, this is amazing, I've got all this extra overflow, I've got £10 overflow in my bank, that is a very different energy and a very different frequency. So it's never about the amount of money, it's about the feeling that you are doing and the feeling you are generating. And feeling like you don't have to constantly check, you don't have to constantly be worried, because what that worry is bringing you from is from that space of lack, rather than from the place of, you have that money's always there, that money's always flowing, and that money's always overflowing. So it's starting to look at, how are you actually spending your money? How are you talking about your money? Are you talking about money from a point of view of, inflation's gone up, petrol's gone up, this price has gone up, that price has gone up? Because actually, when you're coming from that place of wealth and abundant thinking, you're not talking that way. You're not then thinking things are expensive. You're not talking like, oh my God, this is giving me stress, worry, concern. I'm watching the news, things are just going up constantly. You're not in that space, because you just create more and more money. There's just more and more money that comes. If the prices go up, more money comes to cover it. There is no other way of it being. So it's starting to change that frequency and the energy you're pouring into it. So stop saying that things are expensive. Stop saying that, complaining about the price of things. Know that there's always going to be more money. There's always going to be more flowing. And the more you do this, you'll start to see there's more money flowing. You'll start to see it come in, because you're literally removing those pebbles that have been diverting it from you. And you're actually allowing in your natural flow, the money that should be there. So let this flow through to you. And the other thing that naturally wealthy people start to think is how easy it is to make money, how much fun it is to make money. It becomes like a game. So when you're thinking in your business, it's hard to make money. How do I do this? How do I attract more clients? How do I get more money into my business? How do I generate more income? You are suddenly asking, how do I do that? Rather than, this is so damn easy for me. I love making money. This is fun. This is light. This is free. This feels so good. It feels so natural. There is a different energy there. And this is all about the energy, and money is energy. Just like the oxygen we breathe, we don't suddenly start to think, oh my God, is there enough oxygen in this room? Am I going to be able to breathe here? And that's never the case. Even someone with asthma, they don't suddenly think, well, there's not enough oxygen outside of us. Of course, there's enough oxygen outside of us. There's something inside that's affecting the way that we're breathing. And that is exactly what's happening with your abundance and your flow. It's a natural resource, just like oxygen in the air. We don't go around counting the oxygen that's around us. We don't go around monitoring how much is flowing in and out of our chest. And yet we're doing that with this natural resource, which is money, because we're feeding different energy to it. So it's really about thinking, how are you opening up? How are you taking more full breaths? How are you changing you from the inside rather than counting what's actually happening outside of you, which doesn't need to happen because the money is already there. It's already created. That money you are wanting to flow to you, it is already in your client's hands. It is already part of what they are spending. It's just whether they are spending it with you or not. There is a difference. You are not taking things from them. There is a universal energetic flow of abundance, which is working around everybody. And it is there for you to have a part of. It is there for you to have it flowing. It is not a limited supply. It is not going to stop flowing because you start making money. You are not taking it from someone else. So you've got to let up this energy that we have around money and this energy around how to make money and how to make it fun and how to make it easy. You charging high value prices does not mean that you are cutting off the supply to someone else. What that means is that they will maybe go and find someone else and you will attract in the people that you are wanting to work with. There's all these things that you might be stopping or you might be putting in place to stop your supply when actually it's all about making it fun. So what will make making money fun for you? What will that feel like? What does that look like? And start to play about with this. How do you actually want to create more money? How do you want to make this more fun? How do you want to make this feel like a game? Because the more fun you have, the more you enjoy making money, the more money will flow to you. It literally is about that energy. It's about the more fun, the more free flowing, the more like free energy you can give it, the more it'll come and show you even more and more. And your cup will be overflowing before you know it. But when you feel so tight and restricted, and there's so many rules around making money, like making money's hard work, you've got to have a job to make money, you've got to have an education, all these things, all these rules, they are all man-made. They are not source-led. They are not real universal laws of the universe. They are made by us and our egos. They are society's rules, not universal rules. So we've got to start by living by universal rules, which is there is an abundant channel right above your head now trying to get through to you. There has been abundance all your life. There has always been abundance flowing to you. There always will be abundance flowing to you. The amount you allow in is up to you. You've got to learn to take down the umbrella, stop diverting it somewhere else, and really let it flow into you. So how are you going to do that? Are you going to change your mindset? So you're not going to be looking at things being expensive. You're not going to be looking at, inflation and worrying about it. You're going to be thinking, there's always more money. There's always more money. It feels like everything is free because I don't have to look at price tags. I don't have to worry. I don't have to be in this state of constant lack energy, and start to free up your mind. Even if, like I said, even if you've got £20 and you're paying out 10, think you've got £10 overflow. Start to see that energy, because as well, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what miracles can come your way. You don't know what abundance can flow into you so quick. So stop trying to plan every single second. Stop trying to plan the universe's way of bringing you money, because there is multiple ways that could happen. So get into this energy of making money's fun. Getting money's fun. You actually enjoy it. It's so much easier than you thought. How did you become so good at making money? That is the question you want to start asking, rather than how do you make money? How did you become so good at making money? And start to see that shift. Because remember, you do not have any money blocks. I bet everybody listening to this podcast has had money and gets money on a regular basis. So you have no money blocks. All that we're talking about is you maybe have a trickle of flow rather than an avalanche of flow that you want. So it's about changing that up. So like I said, we're going to be diving into this a lot more. And if you are looking to have more abundance in your business, Then there is the exciting Soul Aligned Business Bootcamp coming out in September. So please watch all my links in bio and show notes and all that stuff for that coming out. But that's amazing. And if you want to get a head start on that, there is the business reboot that you can get at the website. So go and check that out. But have the most amazing week. Remember, this is a financial pivot week. So this is why I'm talking all about abundance. And I really hope this one helps you. And go and enjoy spending that money. Go and enjoy seeing that money flow into your bank. Start to celebrate it. Start to see it. Start to enjoy it, because it's meant to be fun. It's meant to be abundance. That's the whole point. That abundant word is fun. It's natural. It's free flowing. It feels good. It's that good energy. That is what you will need to bring in. So what does abundance feel like for you? Bring that energy in now. Hope you enjoyed this one. Catch you next time. Bye.